Okay.
All right, so we are recording now, and I am Jilly, darling, and this is the beautiful Rose.
Yoda.
Rose Roa.
Cajun variety. Cajun variety. So Jilly and I have decided to have some conversations on Zoom to be able to share with everyone. So we're gonna jump right in this because we came up with it, and she has a few questions, and we want to do this before she gets in the dark. All right. What do we tell you about, Jilly?
The sun is setting on me. So, Rose, you said something. We were talking earlier, and you were talking about the queen archetype. And what really touched me about that is of course, everyone's familiar with the princess archetype, and the whole idea of the princess is to grow up and rise up into the benevolent queen. And I've seen so many examples of the evil queen. You know, it's in every fairy tale there's an evil queen, but there are so few examples of the benevolent, loving queen. And what you were describing was so touching and beautiful. And I want to hear you if you can kind of talk about what the benevolent queen is, and I would love to hear some of your experiences with it.
Okay. Well, I too, I've experienced a great deal of the evil queen, as the evil stepmother, and then on this journey of actually exploring what the queen is and attempting to step into it as my evil sister that wants to kill me as well. But yeah, I haven't either had a whole lot of examples of queens that rule their kingdoms, which includes a king. And so, a lot of them, they don't have a good king, or like, what's that look like? What's that feel like? And I started, I guess, feeling that benevolent queen when I was with Stony. That's my main project. And he's like this safe, beautiful grandfather energy for me that honors the feminine. And you walk into his house and the feminine's in charge, and he tells you that. And he actually holds your feet to the fire of running that kingdom. Like, he's going to wait and actually want you to hold that power. And so through that exploration there and feeling, but at first it was just like feeling supported by the masculine. It wasn't so much about this, overview of the queendom, I guess, And it was just actually feeling supported or getting an idea what a king felt like, and a king that actually appreciates a queen, and like is encouraging you to be a queen. And then of course I came across my Tanafa, right? And he alternately calls me baby girl and queenie, but there was this queen, and he's very much a king, and he has a kingdom. And when he walked me through that kingdom, but it was still like based on, I guess, this interaction with a man, that kind of interaction with a man. And this last one was a little different. In Maui, I was very much in a masculine environment, and very much called upon and allowed to sit at the table as an equal with them. And but it was more, for most of the journey, it was almost more as a masculine, you know what I mean? Like their tomboy sister or whatever, like I'm not as a queen, right? But my last night there, there were 3 men, and they has 2 of them are really, really honoring of the feminine and just really love the feminine and take care of her. The woman eats first, that kind of thing. Not quite to the extent that Stony is, but it's still embedded in the Kanaka culture, right? And 2 of them were Kanaka, and one of them's an American that, oh no, he don't want to be a queen, and he don't want to be a king, and he's not really interested in queens either. He's very much stuck on that harsh archetype, right? And so, but they were all there, and they pulled out this chair. There weren't many chairs there, and they pulled out this chair, and it was a rattan chair, and it was like a throne, and sitting in the throne, and I got this glimpse, and my heart just kept filling up with this just absolute love for these beautiful masculines that were preparing a meal for me, and I got this sense of being a queen on a throne, and just looking over and loving them so much, because I know that they all take care of others so well, and it just kept filling my heart up, and had this like solidity to it of rightfulness and righteousness that was mutually loving and supportive, and it was so deep that it I was sitting there and just tears. It wasn't even tears. It was more like this stream of water was just pouring down my face with this, because I was out under the stars with the, here in Hawaii, Maliko is dark, and it could see the Milky Way and the stars, and it's just, and oh my gosh, the meal was freaking fabulous. You know what I mean? So I totally felt like a queen, and a benevolent one at that. We talked a little also about the thrones. That I started out as Dorothy and finding the ruby slippers all over the place, and Cinderella has been this huge thing of, the evil stepmama has me clean her house all the time, and
so you were living out those fairy tales.
I have been totally living that out, and working to resolve these archetypes, to clear the shadows in them, and create new blueprints. This is dealing with fractured fairy tales. And along the journey, at one point, the first time I came to Hawaii to Big Island, I had a red pair of slippers that I found. And because my shoes just come to me. I don't buy those things, and my clothes too. If anybody wants to donate some, I could use some new clothes. But
what's your website?
The constant shoes coming to me, right? And here in Hawaii, it's like I followed the Yellow Brick Road, and I've been to Kansas, and then I went to Seattle, which is the Emerald City, flew across over the rainbow to Hawaii, and then when you look at the yellow road, it curves around and it becomes a red road, and then uncurls as a red road, and I went all the way down the red road to my wit's end. And then at some point things started shifting, and after that I started finding thrones. And I find these thrones to sit on all over the place. And right down here on this road, there's a tree that it's a throne. And so I've been, feeling into this, sitting on the throne and the benevolent queen. And I definitely felt that the other day.
Wow.
I highly us getting there, man. Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I love hearing you talk about it. Yeah, I definitely felt that in my heart. I had all these chills listening to you. And I want to pause this video because we're trying to keep these in little short bursts. So I'm going to stop this video, and we're going to continue the conversation in the next video. And Rose, what is your website if people want to donate to you? How do they reach you?
GoFundMe.com/as1to-win, and that's AZWON, the number 2, win. A to Z, beginning to end, as one, we all win. So that's my website, and we'll put it in the comments. So thank you, Jilly.
You're welcome. Would you like to be reached on Facebook as well?
Yes, can be reached on Facebook as Rose Roa, ROA, which means for life. So Rose Roa.
Great. And I'm Jilly Darling. You can reach me at jillydarling.com, or you can reach me on Facebook. I'm Jilly Bean Darling.
Yes, you are. Such a beautiful bean.
You're beautiful, Rose. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.